Hey everybody, this is my Nissan Xterra. It's a 2007. I'm giving you guys a quick update of what I'm doing, and I'm showing you what I'm doing to my truck. I'm basically documenting the process as I go along here. So let me take you to the back. I'm going to show you what I've been doing to it. I'm from Maryland originally. I live in Florida now, and so as you can imagine, the rust was horrendous on my truck. And so what I'm doing is I went through the entire thing, starting with the back, de-rusted the whole thing, put new hardware on it, sealed it with a product called 3M Marhide. After I, ground off the flaky rust, all the chunks, sealed it with 3M Marhide, which is a really great product, by the way, guys. And that's part of the reason I wanted to show you what I'm doing, in case you guys have any questions and you're thinking about doing something similar. 3M Marhide works great. It came down to either POR 15 or 3M Marhide. And honestly, the Marhide had a better review, or better reviews from what I saw. And so that's what I went with. So pull the leaf springs off. Those are Old Man Emu, the car leaf springs that lifted the back up. Gosh, probably a solid 2 inches. But you can see where, man, I pulled everything off. Everything apart, repainted everything. Axle, new shocks, those are Bilstein 5100s. Here's my spare tire. Pulled that off, ground the whole thing down, repainted it. I pulled off the crank and repainted that, got all the rust off of it. So, pretty cool. Here's the hitch, pulled that off, de-rusted the whole thing, ground it all off with a Dremel. Repainted that. So this is my progress so far on the back. I'm sorry, basically done. The back is done, and what I'm doing is I'm working my way forward as I go. So let me see if I get a better shot for you guys. So that's it, the Bilstein 5100s. Those are awesome shocks. Cool thing I did was I took the 3M Marhide, and this is another thing that's great with the Marhide. I used it to seal these leaf springs, okay, because leaf springs rust. And the cool thing about the Marhide is that it goes on crystal clear if you put it onto a painted surface. And it basically just seals it all in there, okay? I did about 3 coats to seal it all in there. So you can see I did the frame, painted the Marhide over the frame. It looks like it's still rusty, but guys, it's not. It converted the rust from what it was, and it sealed it in there. And I'm not going to bother painting the inside of the frame. But I pulled off everything, got all the rust off of it. Let me take you up to the front and show you what I'm doing. So here's the arms. Here's the, I'm actually doing a Titan swap up front. And so here's the lower Moog arms. Those are sealed with 3M Marhide. You would never know. But that just goes to show you, it goes on crystal clear. It's an acrylic, and it seals it. I've done it before with other things in the past, and it really helps it to not rust. So here's the front, guys. All the bolts were seized up here on my arms. I had to pull them, I had to cut them out. Okay, so I cut all of those bolts out. I cut the arms out. Here's everything right over here. I'm doing a Titan swap, Titan spindles. I'm gonna do the larger size Titan rotors, which I think are like 13-inch rotors, which is going to be basically putting like a big brake kit on this thing. And then I went through PRG for the front shocks, which I went with the Radflow 2.0 front shocks. So the coilovers. So repainted it already. I also did the internal frame coating, which was freaking awesome, by the way. Let me see if I still have that. So, no, I must have thrown it away. So yeah, guys, I figured I had this whole thing apart. I'm gonna do the internal frame coating, repaint the frame. That was the whole point. It was to get the rust off of the frame. Just to give you guys an idea, this is how bad it was, okay? Look at that. Look at the shocks. I mean, like, look up here, look at it, it's all flaking. That's a spacer, but just to give you an idea of what I was working with. I tried to salvage these arms. I wasn't originally going to do the Titan swap, but I saw how bad they were, and I decided to go ahead and just replace them because it looks awful and they're rusted to hell. Here's the other side. And I know you guys are wondering why my calipers are hanging. That's because I don't care. They're going to get replaced. And I'm going to put steel braided lines on it anyway, so I'm not worried about it. But guys, look how great that turned out, you know? That's the Eastwood gloss black paint, the chassis paint. Obviously, I already went through it, ground off all the rust, sealed it with the Marhide, did the internal frame coating, and then did the gloss black over top of this. So that's my progress so far, guys. Here's the engine bay. I'm also going to put in the CSF radiator while I'm at it. My other radiator's over here. Let me show you that. That thing was leaking. Look at that. Where the plastic is pushed up against the metal, leaking right out of the seams. There was also oil coming out of this input right here. Where the oil input is for the transmission oil. Dude, those were leaking. Those were leaking. So that thing was probably getting ready to let go and fry my whole transmission. That's why I'm replacing it. Yeah, and I did check to make sure that the transmission fluid looked okay, and it did. So no soup of death in my transmission. So got a good foundation to go from here. I'm almost done. As you can see, I painted some of the other components up here black. You know, the goal here was just to restore the frame, stop it from rusting, and do the Titan swap, guys. So I'll keep you guys updated as I go along. I'm looking forward to the final product. It's taken me literally months and months and months to get to this point of working on it on and off. But let me give you another view. Let me show you the back. Still a little bit in the middle I need to do, but look at that. No rust. No rust at all. Obviously up here I still haven't derusted this part and painted it, which I'm gonna do. But all in the back, the rust is gone. Obviously the drive shaft, I'm gonna go ahead and finish off that. But the rest of it looks great. Let me know if you guys have any questions about anything or what you think. Or if you're looking to do something similar. This has worked great for me. I went with the 3M Marhide for the rust converter and sealer. So that product works great. And I used Eastwood internal frame coating and Eastwood chassis gloss black. Let's see if I can find the can to show you what the actual can looks like. Can, where are you? Can. I don't know where it is. Here's the Marhide. Okay, so that's the Marhide. That's what that looks like. Guys, I can't find the can of paint I was going to show you. So sorry about that. But look at the back. No rust. No rust. And then just to give you an idea, that literally used to sit down about 3 inches lower. And now with the old man Emu leaf springs on it, it sits up a lot higher. Sits up a lot higher. So, alright guys, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. I'm going to do some more work on it tomorrow. Hopefully get the arms on. I'm still waiting on a couple parts from PRG to get in. I'm waiting on my shocks and the extended brake lines. And a couple of other things, but hopefully it won't be too much longer. I'll be on the road. Anyway guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys have any further ideas what I should be doing with this thing to help preserve the frame or with the Titan swap. Thanks a lot, guys.